Hey guys, that was not expected. All right, we're trying this again. I am sitting at my desk. I have my coffee because coffee is good any time of the day. Me and coffee love each other. I am just getting home from an amazing art show in our city. We have this thing called the Art Walk. It's a place where people line the streets with their booths of artwork on display. It's amazing to see the variety of styles and creativity and the imagination just flourishing. You kind of can't help but walk through and feel inspired and then want to rush back to your own studio and grab your paintbrush and just to get busy doing your own stuff. And really, that's what I wanted to do all day. And the Art Walk was probably the perfect distraction or interruption for my plans of just painting all day. But the idea of this video is that I want to start making, I don't know, video blogs. I'm not sure what to call it. Seeing how other people open up their own creative space and share things that they know and have learned. It's extremely helpful and encouraging for somebody like me who's just starting on the road. I'm brand new at all this. I mean, I've been in the marketing space for my entire career. I've just never been the guy who's putting myself out there. I've never put my content. I do it for other people. Building up your own thing is entirely different, especially when you're starting from ground zero. And I can appreciate how hard you have to work, to figure out what it is that you want to say and to build and to do. Something that I'm learning is, it's the process that people sometimes aren't just as interested in as the outcome. When you get to see the book on the bookshelf, you don't get to see the behind the scenes and learn about that journey until later. And so for me, I'm kind of doing the making of my channel and my art journey. It sounds really boring right now. I mean, it might be boring later too, but at the moment when you don't know who this guy is sitting at his desk, he's talking about his journey and how everyone's going to follow him. Like I have to start somewhere, right? That's all. That's what we do. We start, we build, we try, we believe in ourselves and we go for it. So that's what I'm doing. So while I'm doing this, I thought I would share 3 things that I've learned. For somebody who's coming behind me, maybe they'll get to see and learn a little bit of what I've discovered so far. So I'll give you a little bit of a backstory. About 6 months ago, I got the sense that my entire career was going to shift. Things, my clients, circumstances, it was very apparent that it was an opportunity to make a shift. So I'm working less than half time in my chosen career, which is a graphic and web designer. So what I've been doing in my time has been to just figure it out. I mean, I've been consuming content, learning, building up my own channels, or just trying to figure out which channels to use, figuring out what is Patreon, figuring out what is Discord, figuring out how to use YouTube effectively. I'm watching, I'm learning, that's all I've been doing. And of course, I have been practicing. I've been drawing, I've been writing. That's daily stuff that I do. But now I'm at the point where, I have to turn it into something more shareable. And so some of the stuff that I've been learning, and 3 things, is that you can absolutely kill yourself with planning and perfecting and setting up. There's too much to learn. If you're like me, you like to be very good at something before you try to draw attention to yourself. You want to have it all figured out. You want it to look professional. You want to be good at it. There's people who've been doing it for a long time and they're really good at it. Their videos are good and their content is good. And when they speak on their videos, they sound like they've been doing it for a long time, and they have been. And that's why they are good at it. And that's why they have a formula and a way of speaking, and they just know themselves, and there's a confidence that goes with that. If you are expecting to plan yourself into perfection, it's going to take a heck of a long time to get there. And in fact, I don't think it's going to happen. You have to learn to let go of perfection and just start doing and putting yourself out there. And so that's very much where I'm at. I've been planning myself to death. I've been working myself in circles, and in the end, you just have to do it. I'm going to get it wrong. I'm going to mess up. I'm going to put some stuff out there that's going to be stupid. I'm going to look at it a year from now and I'm going to think like, what were you doing? What were you thinking? Why were you sharing that? Why were you saying that? It's all going to happen, and that's fine. And planning is a part of that, but you can't plan yourself into perfection. You have to do the practice and the work. The second thing is very much where I've mentioned already, you tune into people who've been doing this for a long time. There are amazing creators out there who all they do is provide quality content to help guide somebody who's beginning the journey like I am. There is so much information to glean on all the various roads that you can take, and it helps you to narrow down where your focus might need to be for you. Again, you can't mirror yourself to what somebody else has done because they have their own journey that they've taken, but you could at least follow in some of the footsteps that are pointing in the general direction that you want to go, because they're doing a similar thing to what you want to do. But you got to listen, take the time. Like I can't tell you how many hours I've spent while I'm working, while I'm drawing, while I'm on a walk. I'll just turn on a podcast. I'll be listening to somebody talk about all the great things that they've learned about Instagram or about YouTube or about whatever it is. There's a multitude of things that you need to absorb. Taking on advisors, even if they don't even know that they're my advisors, it's a practice that you need to be willing to undertake. Lots of times there's a consensus in the advice that people are giving. And if there's a consensus among the people that you've listened to, there's probably a reason for that. And the last thing is you can't fixate on numbers, because I'll tell you my experience on Instagram so far. My main channel is mostly a mixture of pictures of my family, very personal type things. Do I want to start just suddenly posting artwork on there? Do I start a new Instagram channel dedicated to art? That's what I did. So I started Edison James Art on Instagram. How many followers did I have to start? The big zero. Did I tell anybody in my circle? I told just a few people that were in my family or a couple friends. It started off really small. I am still extremely small. The very first video I posted, it was just kind of a speed painting, and I directed people to go to my YouTube channel, and I was pumped because I had thousands of views on that thing. I thought, oh my gosh, this is just gonna fly to the moon. I was on a rocket ship, and I was destined to greatness right away. And you know what I found out? It's probably a thing that Instagram does. I should have known, of course, because I had thousands of views and all of that. My interaction was so encouraging. And then the next thing I posted, I had almost nothing. And then the next thing, almost nothing. And then after posting the 10th thing, where you have virtually nobody liking anything, you have no followers, there's no engagement, you're just thinking, oh, well, okay. And now if I fixated on those numbers, well, it would be very depressing. I might have just abandoned the whole idea that I'm gonna get any success or any traction at all. I don't have traction still. I don't even really have traction on YouTube. I'm making a video, it's kind of funny, I'm making a video like this as though I'm some kind of expert. I have nothing right now. But I'm speaking from experience regardless, because I've put in a lot of work even to this point. And I believe that the numbers are going to grow, and I believe there's going to be traction. But you can't fixate on that part. You have to kind of go back to the idea that I'm doing what I'm doing for the sake of my joy in that. It's not joy in the numbers. It's not looking at the numbers and thinking, once I get yay number of views, once I hit a certain amount of followers, then my joy is going to come. No, I'm doing this because I love it. And I'd rather focus on what I'm doing and put the attention on my artwork and my creativity, and just let that showcase who I am. And if people follow, it's going to be because of that, because they enjoy it too. And that's the way it should be. I'm not a numbers driven game. And those are things that I'm now learning. I have no idea where I'm going to be a year from now. I'm hoping when I look back at this video and I do an update that I'll have a much bigger story to tell. But for now, this is where I'm at, and I'm excited to be here. So I'm going to keep doing these videos over the next while. I'm just thankful for anybody who does watch. If anybody does watch and you want to just see where it is that I'm going to go, I'm planning on doing drawing videos on a regular basis, progress videos. I'm planning on sharing my character development as I develop stories. I'm going to share as much as I can of what I'm doing, why I'm doing, and I want to invite community, connection, friendship. I want to learn from you. I want you to be able to learn from me. I'm on a journey. I want people to come with me. That's it. And if it turns into something that I can build a career on, I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know how that's going to look. I have Patreon, I have a membership website. All these things are primed to go. If ever it turns into anything, I'll be grateful for that. And if not, we figure it out, right? Figure it out. Happy to be here. Thanks for watching. Got my coffee. Time to draw. That's it.